I'm on vacation every single day, cause I love my occupation. Ay, 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 I'm on vacation. If you don't like your life, then you should go and change it. Ay, 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 I'm on vacation every single day, cause I love my occupation. Ay, 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 I'm on vacation every single day, every single day. Every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day. Everybody sour like a lemon tree. I'm just smiling down upon my enemies. Do the shit and love it on a daily. You say you hate your job, but you'll never leave, never leave. But that ain't gonna be me, that ain't gonna be me. My brother called me up, said he saw me on TV. I said it wasn't easy, but right now I'm living breezy. Build this engine from the ground up, now my hands, they ain't so greasy. Feel me? Hey, hey, I'm on vacation.
Hi everybody and welcome to My Easy Fluency channel. Всем привет и добро пожаловать на канал My Easy Fluency. Этот канал мы открыли для того, чтобы поделиться с вами историями образования людей в университетах в Англии и других странах. Ну и, конечно, что же они делали после. Как вы уже слышали в песне, occupation is a vacation and can be a great fun if you do what you love. Это значит, что профессия может быть как отпуск и приносить кучу удовольствия, если ты делаешь то, что тебе нравится. Сегодня интервью проведет моя подруга Алина, будет говорить с Антонио. Антонио расскажет вам о своем опыте образования в Англии. Ну и, конечно, мы хотим, чтобы вам очень понравилось, поэтому ставьте свои комментарии, пишите их внизу видео и, конечно, ставьте лайки.
Hi everyone! The first video on our channel will be with this guy. It's my boyfriend, Antonio, and he finished the university in Bristol in the UK, so that's why I think he will share his experience with us, and I hope you will find all the information which he gives useful. So let's start. Antonio, can you please tell where did you study, at what university, and what degree did you do?
Well, hello Alina. I started studying telecommunications engineering in the University of Seville in Spain, and it was 4 years in which I had a year abroad in the third year when I went to Swansea, and after that I was studying at the University of Bristol in the UK, a master's in telecommunications engineering as well.
Okay, and initially why did you choose to study engineering? Why was this field interesting to you?
Well, I have always been interested in telecoms in any sense. I was really interested in knowing, for example, how do the phones work in the inside, how all these cables connect, and all these parts of it are important. I don't know, and to be honest, when I was in high school, it was the subject or the topic that interested me the most. I think that's why I chose this career. I also like a lot astrophysics, but making a career on that was less likely, or maybe it didn't have such a good prospect in the future, so that's why I chose as well telecommunications rather than astrophysics or general physics.
Okay, that's good. And you told me that you finished your bachelor degree in Spain, back home. So tell me please, why did you decide to move abroad and to do your master's in the UK? Why didn't you stay in Spain? Well,
the main reason was my girlfriend. She was living in Swansea and I didn't want to be far away from her. There are some other reasons as well. I mean, the education in the UK is supposed to be very good, but we have a very high esteem of the foreign educations in Spain. And it seemed like a good opportunity as well for me to go out a bit more, you know, learn about some other cultures, even if I had been already in the UK before. But I would say the main reason was to be closer to my girlfriend, and I also wanted to get a master's because in Spain or anywhere really it's important to have a master's in this subject, in telecommunications. So I would say those are the two main reasons.
Okay, and I think you needed to pass some English level proficiency exam in order to study in Bristol. So can you please tell me which exam did you pass and how was it?
I didn't really need to pass a particular exam to enter in Bristol. They do require a minimal level of English you should have, which is B2, I think, a B2 level. But if you don't have it already, they do make an exam for you, where you can prove that you have this level. But if you do have it, you just have to give the title saying that you have it. You can just show that.
Okay.
And I passed the B2 level when I was in Spain, when I was 15 years old with the school. I was really lucky because the school prepared us to pass it. So that's just the document that I presented.
Okay, that's great. You were very lucky. Okay. Okay, then also can you please tell me how much did you pay in total for your course, and did you apply for the student loan?
I mean,
If you remember.
I paid a lot.
Okay. So your master's was 1 year, right?
Yes. Yes, actually it's 1 year rather than, for example, 2 in Spain. Less credits as well, that's why. I don't want to say exactly how much it was, but it was around 10 times higher of what people usually pay in Spain.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really expensive. My family really had to make an effort in there.
Okay, that's fine. Can you also please tell me what was your first impression when you arrived in Bristol? Did you like the city? Did you like the place?
Yeah, I really liked it. The city of Bristol is just amazing. It has so much life, so many things to do. The university is really good. It seems like a very classic, in some sense, old university. You know, many of the buildings are made out of stone. You can still see the main building of the university. I think it was a church or some kind of abbey that was given to the university, and you can still see a lot of the architecture of England. And I don't know, it was a really cool place to study, to be honest. And the city itself, it was really live. You could like always see people in the park or hanging out. It had also many different places. It wasn't only the city center, but you also have close some paths in the countryside that you can go. You also have the marina. So it was really all rounded up, a very good city.
Very, very cool. Okay, cool. And where did you live while doing your master's? Did you live on campus or off campus? And also, can you please share some funny stories with your flatmates, if you had any? How were they? And how was this experience?
Sure. Well, I didn't live on campus. I don't really think there was a campus in the classic sense of all together the faculties and university, the student union and the residencies. I don't think there was such place. I did live close to the university, really close, like 2 minutes away walking. It was on my street. If you just went up that street, the main building of the university was right there. So I was really lucky with the location. I was renting a flat with some other guys that I didn't know they were studying university. And but for some funny stories, well, it's always tricky living with people that you don't know at the beginning. We all have different ways of behaving or of thinking how things should be in the house. But I would say, for example, I had a flatmate. He was really into poker. And I remember he was earning so much money with it. He was going into even international competitions and everything. It was kind of funny to compare him with myself because I was also working in a restaurant, and I was not killing myself, but working hard to earn a normal amount of money, 8, 9, 10 hours per day, not every day. And he was earning a lot of money just in a single night with poker, so that was,
Yeah, but I guess sometimes probably he was also losing loads of money, right? So
yes, but
you never know. But in general, he was always winning.
He will usually earn more, yes.
How old was the guy?
He was 19 2 years ago, so that will make him 21 right now. You know, quite young, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Good for him. Okay, and how much did you pay for this flat where you lived? Like, do you remember per month what was the rent?
Yes, I think it was around 550 approximately. All bills included and council tax and everything, so that was good. But in all, more than 500 definitely.
Okay, and we are talking about the central Bristol, right?
Central,
so the
completely.
location was perfect. And
Yes,
that's
completely.
that's
Shut
all
Bristol, and the
much-
flat was new. It was with all the new furniture and everything, so it was a good flat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and when you started having lectures at the university, what was your first impression about the building? How was the campus?
I really liked it. I don't know, it was different from everything that I had seen before. I mean, I had already studied in Swansea,
Yeah.
and it was maybe the first time when I was in Swansea, it was a bit more surprising because it's really different than when it's in Spain. But in Bristol, it was different in another way. Things were bigger. You could see the university had more budget in some areas, and I don't know. It was just really amazing to see all the different areas of the university, all the things you could really do in there. And in general, yeah, it was much different than in Spain.
Okay, but like a good different, right? You liked it?
Yes,
and it was
yes,
cool.
good different.
Okay, cool. And how were your fellow students and the staff at the university? Were they helpful, and was it easy for you to make new friends?
Yeah, well, the staff is always really polite and really nice. There's many people in the UK. We have to stereotype in Spain.
That people in the UK are very nice in
Amazingly
general.
polite,
Oh,
yeah, so
okay.
honestly.
Okay.
So yes, they were all very nice and always willing to help. That they have particular people and particular groups to support students in any case. And regarding friends, yeah, it was quite easy. Also because it was a master's degree. Many of us, not all of us, but many of us didn't study in Bristol before, so it was all new to everybody. And it's easier, I think, to make friends when nobody knows each other at the beginning. The only thing is that there were lots of Asian people studying in Bristol, lots of them, and they kind of kept to themselves in closed groups sometimes of Asian people, because I guess it's because they feel comfortable with their own language, their own culture, people understanding what they're going through, as well, so far away from their family. And well, luckily there was another person in my degree who spoke Spanish as well, so we started talking. And after that, yeah, you meet some other people as well from similar degrees that you have lectures with as well together. And all in all, I ended up with a nice group of friends, so it was good.
Great. And you mentioned that you had a lot of Chinese people doing your course. So my question is, I remember first when I moved in the UK, I had a lot of problems with understanding different accents because people were from different parts of the planet, and sometimes it was really difficult to catch like some particular accents. So did you, I don't know, like meet a similar problem, or was everything fine with you in this sense?
Well, understanding the accent, it depends on the person. I mean, some people they have an accent that it's really difficult to understand. Just maybe they don't have the practice to speak English, or it's just tricky sometimes. I mean, very few foreign people can speak faultless English that nobody will understand they are foreign. But no, I didn't really have a problem with it in general. I could understand people, and even if people have an accent, I think it's completely understandable and completely fine, and nobody paid more attention to that. So it was okay. In that sense, it was all fine.
Okay. Also, did you join any societies on campus, and how busy was your schedule in general?
Well, my schedule wasn't busy at all.
Okay.
Comparing with Spain, it was much lighter, much easier. I don't know how to explain it. In Spain, for example, people have sometimes 4 hours or 5 hours of lectures during the morning, and then they have maybe 2 or 3 hours of a practice in the afternoon.
No.
Not every day, but some days or couple days during the week can be like that.
So basically you start at 9 and you finish around 6 or even later?
6, it depends. Each practice group has a different hour, so it depends when you're able to get a practice group. But yeah, if you're lucky, you can get home. I mean, sometimes in Spain I also got home maybe at 1 p.m. Because I had lectures maybe from 8 till 12, and then at 1 p.m. I was already home. But some other times it was much longer. And in Bristol, comparing with that, sometimes I had an hour of lectures per day, 2 hours of lectures per day. Some days not even any lecture. So it was amazing, and the practices weren't so often as well. So it was more relaxed.
Okay, so I'm sure you enjoyed it much more than
I did.
staying in Bristol.
It was, yeah.
The best year of your life, yeah?
Well, it was pretty good.
Okay, cool. So the next question which I wanted to ask you, did you enjoy the teaching at the university? How was it different from the teaching back in Sevilla? Like, maybe the teaching methods, the way how professors...
No, I think it wasn't much different. Every teacher is different, and I mean, maybe the actual notes that they were teaching us, yeah, those were different, but the way of teaching, each teacher has his or her own way. So in Spain, you could see teachers which were more involved in what they were explaining. They used maybe some methods to make it interactive and to make it better for the students. You know, some of the teachers just read the lecture slides from the PowerPoint, and that's it. So, and in Bristol it was like this. Some teachers were really boring, some teachers were really cool and just nice to have lectures with them. And they engaged the students and everything, so it really didn't, there wasn't much difference, to be honest.
I think the new thing, because I remember you telling me this, that basically the new thing which was different in the UK compared to Spain was that all the lectures were recorded. And so basically sometimes if you like miss some lecture because of something, like you can always listen to it later. And it's not like that in Spain, right? You need to be there, and the attendance is extremely important.
Yeah, well, it's not extremely important. It depends on the degree. In my degree, the attendance wasn't important. I mean, unless, except of that some practices or seminars sometimes that we had that were compulsory to go to. The rest of things, lectures were not compulsory at all. I had many friends and many classmates who didn't go to lectures at all. They didn't feel it was important. And yeah, in Bristol there wasn't also much attendance control, to be honest. But the good thing is that, yeah, because I think they understand sometimes students, they just can't attend lecture for some reason, so they did record all of them. Not an actual video of the classroom, but they recorded the screen of the smart board, and they also were recording the voice of the professor over this presentation, so you could watch at home and you could see what he was explaining. But the problem was if sometime he drew something in the actual blackboard, you know, with the chalk or something, you couldn't see that, but at least it was something, it was really helpful.
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
Okay, and overall, we're happy with your education, and also maybe what are the main pros and cons of your experience of studying abroad?
I'm really happy with my education. I mean, I was really lucky because first in Spain I learned a lot of things, and the teachers really want you to learn all the things. Sometimes it was a bit hard, but maybe too hard sometimes, to be honest. But the good thing is that they push you to look for the answers, to become the kind of person who will know how to solve that problem. You know, if you just kind of give the answers to students, sometimes they will not learn, they will just learn the answers and put them in the exam. But if you force them to understand the process and how to solve it, they will do it, and not only that, they will be able maybe to use that ability in other things.
So that was like that in Spain, but I guess it was different in the UK, and it was the main con of the education. Yeah?
I would say yes, because in the UK things were different. They needed to adjust them to different students, different backgrounds of people, because everybody came from a different university, different countries. So the beginning was more of a kind of background introduction of all the things you should know, and then maybe in the second semester where they starting deepening into that, it was different, different way of teaching as well, making practices, but also good, to be honest. I think the education in Bristol also helped me to understand better many things that maybe because the content was so high in Spain, I didn't catch to learn all. You know, so that was really good, and also it helped me to understand some new things and to learn new things that I wouldn't have known in Spain.
Okay, great. Okay, and then finally, so after graduating, what did you do? Did you stay in the UK or did you move back to Spain? How easy was it for you to find a job in your field?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
finding a job doesn't always, I mean, it never seems to be easy. You know as well. When you're looking for a job, you spend months, you can send hundreds of applications everywhere, lots of companies. Many of them they don't answer. The ones that answer, they answer that they're not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for me, well, I started applying for jobs in the UK, where it's where I'm living now. Before finishing my master, so I finished my exams in June,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to submit the dissertation on September. Now, what I did was during that summer, I was working on both the dissertation and looking for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, around August or so, I received a few replies from different companies. There was a company, I mean, I sent hundreds of applications, but I received 3 answers. One of a company in Bristol,
Mm-hmm.
software company, another company, Huawei, where I'm working now, and a third company about satellite communication.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a governmental company next to Oxford. And yeah, well, the recruitment process went well for me. I think the main thing is just to show what you know and show how can you add value to these companies. And out of these 3, 2 offered me a position, and in September I chose Huawei, which is the one I thought it was best for me. So it wasn't very difficult, but I would say not very easy either. Everybody has to try, and everybody has to go through some rejections to be able to find a job first.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, because I think especially it's difficult for foreigners, because basically people who have families in here in the UK, maybe they have always got a chance to move back, and keep on living with their parents or whatever,
Exactly.
and their parents can help them. But for us, mainly the only solution which we have is to go back home if you can't find a job for some time. So you really have got a deadline, and it's kind of pushing you. So I totally feel you. Okay, and finally, the last question. So, what education advice would you give to your teenage self? When you were
Okay.
17, 18, when you were finishing high school, and you were about to enter the university, would you change something? What advice would you
Well, maybe first of all, not to worry so much about what are you going to choose to study. It's a very important decision. Of course, it's probably what you're going to be doing the rest of your life, but it's not the final decision of your life. It's not something you can't change in the future. It's not something that you will choose, and you will not be able to think differently or to feel different ever again. No, you can make a choice. For example, start a degree, and if it turns out you don't like it, or you find out you like something else more, then just go with that. I started telecommunications. I was also thinking about physics or astrophysics, but well, when I started, I liked it. I had fun learning it sometimes. But I remember I was really worried about my choice. But at the end, it all worked out fine. And I think people should know that even if it seems like a life or death decision, it's going to be okay. And if you don't like it, you can always change it.
Yeah. So to sum up, just take it easy. Everything will work out.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for answering all the questions. Thank you, and have a very good time. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.